Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino Hotel and Resort. I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
Chris, we had a great game this past weekend, but first we're taking on Eastern Washington right here in the Kibbe Dome today. 12 p.m. game as opposed to a night game. The atmosphere is going to be electric. Super excited to watch that game. We traveled to Wyoming last week to take on the Cowboys. 7,200 feet of elevation. Crazy different compared to our 2,000 feet here. A different atmosphere, a different play style. It was quite the game to watch.
Yeah, definitely a hectic environment to play in, as well as, the highlight of the game, though, has to go to Hayden Hatton, the freshman tight end. An amazing one-handed grab on the sideline, making SportsCenter's top 10 plays at the number 2 spot.
Coach Petrino had a press conference earlier this week. Let's take a look at what he had to say. Chris, I'm so excited to watch how this game plays in the Kibbe Dome as opposed to playing on the red field in Cheney, Washington. We traveled there last year, didn't get the result we wanted. We get to play them here this year, and the Kibbe Dome's awesome. We've won 5 out of our last 6 here. The fans were electric, and I cannot wait to watch this game.
Yes, Eastern Washington last season, national FCS runner-ups, losing 27 players as well. It'll be a crazy game with a crazy environment today at noon here in the Kibbe Dome.
I'm excited to see how this rivalry is renewed. Let's take a look back at some of the history of it. Chris, I'm really excited to see what Terry Gollett can bring to the program. Coming from Wisconsin, totally different atmosphere. It's going to be really cool to see. Coming up now, the big game everybody's been waiting for, Idaho versus Eastern Washington, right here in the Kibbe Dome. Dennis Patchen and Ryan Phillips with the call. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
And we'll see you next time. Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino Hotel and Resort. I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
Chris, such an exciting week this past week in Vandal Athletics. So many different things going on. We opened the Big Sky Opener right here tonight, Memorial Gym for volleyball. But this past week, we took on Eastern Washington, number 11, right here in the Dome. It was such a good game. I had a chance to catch up with head coach Paul Petrino to talk about that game last week and what we can look forward to against the Northern Colorado Bears. I'm here with head coach Paul Petrino. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
So you played Eastern Washington last week. One heck of a game right here in the Dome. For all the fans that were watching, what does it feel to be at practice back this week with that win under your belt?
Yeah, it always feels good, but then guys got to move on. It was a great win. We prepared really hard for it. We went out and executed really well. But then you got to get back to work, and now all we got to worry about is Northern Colorado. But I was really proud of our players, proud of our assistant coaches. I think everybody played really well, started up front, the offensive line and defensive line. But everybody did a good job, and super proud of them. But now that's behind us. It's time to move on and get ready for the next game.
Absolutely. Somebody to talk about this past weekend, the man coming off the edge, Charles Acano. 9 tackles, a forced fumble, just a force to be reckoned with this past weekend. What are some of the things you have to say about him?
Charles has just gotten better and better. He didn't play a ton of football growing up and didn't play as much in high school as many years as a lot of people do. So I think each year he's been here, he's gotten better and better. He's always been big and strong and athletic and explosive, but I think each year he's gotten better and better on his technique and his fundamentals and just continues to grow and get better, and just super proud of him.
Glad to hear that. So I had a feeling that in at least the first half, but the whole game, that Mark Vaught, Jace Malik, and Colin Sather all had a part to do with that game and just their spirits being with the team. What were the emotions for your team when you took the field on Saturday?
Yeah, our emotions were very, very high, very excited, ready to get after them. And I agree with you. I think there was a part of all 3 of them in us too. Gives everybody a little bit more strength, a little bit more power, and it was a way to honor them all. And we miss all 3 of them, love them, and we'll always try to do everything we can to represent them the best we can.
Always a part of the Vandal family. So just one last question for you, Coach. We're traveling to Northern Colorado this week to take on the Bears. They're off to a rocky start this season. What can we expect from that game?
Yeah, they play tough. You watch the games, like Sacramento ended up being they lost by quite a bit, but 4 minutes left to go in the first half was 7-0. Washington State, it was 14-10 at the end of the first quarter. They played San Jose State tough the whole game, and San Jose State just beat Arkansas. So they're a team that can beat us. If we're not ready to play, they'll beat us. So we got to do a great job of having a good week of preparation, go out there and execute well and play hard.
Awesome. That's all we have for now. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you. Good job.
Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino Hotel and Resort. I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
From all of us at Inside the Vandals, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us every week. This will be our final show of the football season. Chris, we're going to be taking on a very intense Sacramento State team right here in the Kibbie Dome in what should be a very emotional day, as all of our seniors will be taking the Kibbie Dome field for the last time. It should be a very interesting matchup. But before we talk about that, we had a chance to travel to Missoula this past weekend to take on the Grizzlies in a game that looked like we had a possible upset in the beginning, then got hit with the penalty bug, and it was just downhill from there. I had a chance to talk to head coach Paul Petrino about that game, our game upcoming against Sacramento State, and the seniors on the team, including his son, Mason Petrino. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we traveled to Missoula, Montana this past weekend to take on the Grizzlies in what was a really emotional game. We had the first 10 points, took advantage early, got hit with a few key injuries and just some key penalties that really hit us hard. How did that momentum really change in that game for us?
Yeah, it changed. I thought our guys took the field with about as much passion and excitement as we have all year. I thought we played really well early. I think a little error came out of guys when Jeff went down, which is, you know, they can't do that, but Jeff had 96 yards in a quarter and a half. He'd ended up having over 200 yards. He was playing super. Everyone else got to just keep battling. But I thought our guys fought. You know, we just got to be more disciplined. We can't let things that you can't handle make you have stupid penalties. You know, and that's something that really hurt us. But I'm still proud of the way they fought and proud of the courage and toughness that they showed. And now we just got to get ready to play another top 10 team here at home and find a way to beat them.
Exactly. As you mentioned, another top 10 team in Sacramento State this weekend. What are some of the things we're doing in practice really to prepare for them?
Yeah, you know, we've worked hard. They're explosive on offense. They got a really good running back. They even led the league last year in rushing. Their quarterback's a really good player. He did not play last week. Their backup did a good job. 84 is a good receiver. So they do a good job on offense defensively. They got the defense coordinator that was at NAU for a long time, so he kind of understands. Does a good job. So we really just got to go out and execute and play hard and win this last game for the seniors. You know, what a great way for the seniors to leave the Dome is beating a top 10 team. That'd be a great way for them to leave.
Yeah, of course it would be. So as you just mentioned, it is going to be senior day this weekend when we take on Sac State. I'm sure the emotions are really going to play into their game plans going into that game, just not wanting to leave anything out before they take the field for the last time. How do you think that's going to affect them?
Yeah, I think it's something. I don't think it's as big a deal when you still have one more game. You know, I think it's our last home game, but I think when it's your very, very last game that you're going to ever play, then it's a lot bigger deal. But for sure, they'll have a lot of emotions. And the biggest thing is they just got to go out there and give it everything they got, leave it all on the field, and never regret one ounce of energy or passion or toughness that they played with that day.
I can't imagine they will. And lastly, one of the main seniors on this team, quarterback Mason Petrino, your son, been at the program for a while, started the last 2 years. He's really just had a huge impact on everyone around him. What are some of the things you have to say about his career here?
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job. He's worked hard. I think the biggest thing that I'm proud of him, he's always showed courage and toughness. He's always stepped on that field and played with toughness and played with courage. And as long as you do that and get everything you got, then that's really what you ask anybody of and any player of.
Totally understand. That's all the time we have for now. Coach, this will be our final show for the year, so thank you so much for joining us all year. We really appreciate it. And coming up next, we're going to be looking at quarterback Mason Petrino. And Mason's favorite target the past few seasons, star wide receiver Jeff Cotton. Hard work, dedication, leadership, and persistence are all words that can be used to describe Jeff Cotton. Cotton played high school football at Mountain View High School in Southern Arizona, where he was first-team All-Region and first-team All-Southern Arizona, catching 47 passes for 851 yards and 5 touchdowns. He then played college football at Pima Community College, where he caught 43 passes for 837 yards as a sophomore. After transferring to Idaho, Cotton redshirted his first year and made his debut in 2018, where he had a team-best 7 touchdown receptions that season. Cotton knows where he came from and is proud of where he is now.
I feel like, it's been great. My whole situation before I got here, it was stressful, and being able to find a home like Moscow, it's been great. The people I've met, the coaches, and just everybody around the town has just been an awesome experience.
Cotton has had an incredible senior season up to this point, catching 70 passes for 911 yards as well as 5 touchdowns. Someone he's came to grow a strong relationship with here at the university is quarterback Mason Petrino.
I think, since I've been here, we've been just growing as teammates, and our friendship is growing a lot more as well. And especially over the summer, we're spending a lot of time out here, and even just chilling with each other either at my house or his house, just playing video games, just kind of just getting to know each other better, and just I think that helps us on and off the field as well.
Being a leader on this team is something Cotton takes great pride in and wants to always be remembered for that. But after seeing linebacker Caden Ellis get drafted by the Saints last season, Cotton plans on shooting his shot as well.
Next is I plan on graduating in December and going off and training somewhere and taking my shot with the NFL. Just a lot of hard work for the next 2 to 3 months after the season. Just dedicate myself to working out and just perfecting my craft on and off the field.
For Inside the Vandals, I'm Harrison Lashinger.
Harrison, Vandal fans have become really accustomed to seeing these two players on the field for the past few seasons for that Vandal offense, and their talents will be greatly missed for years to come.
I'm really excited to see what these two do in the future. Like you said, it is going to be weird not seeing them. We are taking on Sacramento State today. They're a very good football team, top 10 in the country. One of the players we're going to be looking to have an impact in this game is star corner Lloyd Hightower. Tevin Duke with the story. It's senior day right here in the Kibbe Dome. Let's give those seniors one final send-off before it's game time. That's all the time we have for now. Coming up next, Sacramento State versus Idaho right here in the Kibbe Dome. Dennis Patchen and Ryan Phillips with the call. Thank you so much for joining us all season. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Weezy out here.
G. Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign running on diesel, dog. Playing with my name, this lethal, dog. Who you say what? Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it down, you gotta show me what you gotta do. Bring the clip back empty. You asked to see the ball, so they sent me, dog. I just broke her off with a 10-piece, dog. There ain't nothing, I'm just being friendly, dog. It's just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't go playing ball, but I'll show you how to gotta do it. If you really wanna fall till you fall when you're back against the wall, and a bunch of need you to go away. Still going bad on them anyway. Saw you last night but did it all day. Yeah, a lot of murk caught me in a hard way. Got a sticky and I keep it at my dog's place. Girl, I left you love it magic, not all shade. Still going bad on you anyway. Whoa.
Dear seniors, many of you will never put on a jersey again. Never walk out onto the field, look up into the stands and feel a whole town behind you. I know it hurts. Through injury, adversity, even family tragedy, you always made that choice. For me, that's the definition of character, and I see it in each of you. When you hand in your jerseys, your life as part of this team is not over. It's only beginning. Because you will never hand in the lessons you've learned, the respect you've earned, and the family you've created. You will wear that for life.
It's just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't go playing ball, but I'll show you how to gotta do it. If you really wanna fall till you fall when you're back against the wall, and a bunch of need you to go away. Still going bad on them anyway. Saw you last night but did it broad day.